Hello. Hi, Margalo and Anne. I know I'm like 30 seconds early or a minute early. I just saw you sitting there and I thought, what a great opportunity to say thank you again, Anne, for the second package this week full of gorgeous gel prints. And Margalo, I hope you got your journal. I'm so excited you're here. Not getting to connect with you on Facebook. Um, it's nice that I get to see you here. I know you just live down the road. We go through there all the time. We really like that park there on the river. It's pretty cool. And then that wildlife area is really neat too. We've been there a few times. Hello, my friend in Australia, Diane. How are you? Hello. So I was going to do something a little different, and we did this last time. And because there's just a few of us here, private party, get started. Um, I actually got out the deck, here, let me get the deck cards, the Oracle cards again. And these are something that I'd like to make, but I think people were a little confused about, because they're called Oracle cards, it seemed like something, witchy or whatever. But they're not. I mean, they could be done in any way you like. Prayer cards or just positivity, whatever. But I actually thought I would read 3 of them again today. I pulled 3, and we'll see where we're at, and that'll guide our little mission. How's that? Did anybody get to watch the hop yet? I know it's been a crazy day. We've had so much going on. Margalo, did you check that out yet? We have because you're not on Facebook, you probably don't know, we have the Makers Creative Collab Hop once a month, and today is one of them. Oh, wow, Diane, you have a big collection of them? I just think they're beautiful because they have artwork on them. Now, we would have to do, I would say use gel print or gel plate to do the backs of them, but then we could choose a theme for each one and create our own little bitty piece of artwork to go on it. They could even be put in the computer and scanned so that they're more smooth, but it would be flat things we'd be putting on them. And then a quote that we love that goes with that theme. I just think it would be so much fun to make these. Hi, Chris. How you doing? I'm so glad you're here. Wonderful. In the middle of the hop. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, I only got about halfway through. Oh, I'm so glad that you love it. Oh, you started the purple challenge. So Margalo ordered the castle journal that you guys saw with the castle top, and she actually won the last uh, she was one of the 2 winners for the last drawing that I did. But I sent her a little purple challenge kit to go with it, with some purple bits and some strips of fabric that were gorgeous. That was actually a skirt I used to wear, believe it or not. You've seen about 6 of them. Yeah, I think we're all about halfway through them. Oh, you just got out of the bath. Oh, well, you're all relaxed and chill. Okay, this is a perfect time to read our 3 cards for today. How's that sound? And this is just to get everybody familiar with what we might be doing in the future. I'd really like to do this project together, and I think it would be a lot of fun. So the 3 cards today are extraordinary. Isn't that beautiful? It's a peacock. And it said there's a wild and impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. Isn't that beautiful? What a beautiful card to pull. And this one is self-love. It's so nice. Let the wall fall that separates me from my own vulnerable inner child. I long to take care of myself like never before. I think that's a perfect card for all of us, especially in these, times. And this one is flow. Allow me, divine, to move with flow and respond with calmness and peace. Calmness is not something I do very easily. I'm a high energy burst into the room sort of person. So even talking quieter with the microphone in my forehead here is something I have to keep in check because I am a loud, boisterous person. It's just how I am. I used to hate that about myself, but as I've gotten older, I've grown to love that about myself. And I'm so glad that you're here joining me today. Oh, hey, PM Artist Studio. How you doing? You show up and there's a flow. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had flow, self-love, and extraordinary. And these cards just have the most beautiful words. They do. I'll take pictures of these and share them after our live stream today. How's that? Yes, I can't wait to watch the rest of those videos. I'm very excited. I'm going to leave these cards out so I don't forget right over here. And I'll share those. All right. So I bet you all have piles of scrap paper because that is what we do. That is our working trash, isn't it? And you probably, oh, did I say hello to everyone? Did I miss anyone? Okay. I'm always being told to be quiet. Oh, yeah, Chris, I hear you. Yeah, it made me self-conscious all my life. They used to at uh family reunions when I was little. I even at 5, I remember aunts and uncles, they were loud too, by the way. I mean, the whole family very loud, and they all talk at the same time and they can hear at the same time. So that's something that I've struggled with all my life. Like, it's not like I'm trying to talk over somebody. It's that I can't help it. It's just, it's born in me to be able to talk and listen at the same time. And I seem to mesh with people that can do that because we can have a whole conversation and it confuses everyone around us. Anyway, they would pay me $5 at family reunions to shut up for 5 minutes. That was always the deal. And I never got $5 ever, not once. Couldn't do it. I was also fidgety. Back then, they didn't have ADD or ADHD or whatever. And I was that fidgety kid in class. And I'm pretty sure that I would have been diagnosed and probably drugged heavily at that point. It's something we all have to, I mean, we all have things about ourselves that we don't like and things we have to learn to like. And that's one of those things, have to learn to like, it is my personality. I can't help it. Battle scars, still inky here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I always have something on my hand. Okay, so I'm going to take this away because we read the cards. And maybe we should always read the cards when we start. I think that's wonderful until we make our own. So I have some examples. We're going to talk about that pile of scraps that you have. And maybe if you're like me and you start a project box for every pile. By the way, our mod's going to be here shortly. She was running late. She went out to eat and she was running late coming home. We're going to have Judy helping us today pretty quick. She'll read the comments and hopefully keep me on track, maybe. Anyway, the scraps. I propose that we use our packing paper here. And what I've done is tore off like 12 by 12-ish pieces of it. Because, it comes in these big, long pieces and you have to like straighten it out. And it seems so wasteful to throw it away. It breaks my heart. I cannot do it. I have dug it out of the trash when my husband's done it. I just can't do it. It's paper. It can't be done. But it's the right thickness to make a personal scrapbook paper pad. So these aren't collages. It's not going to be one composition. That's not what we're looking for here. What we're looking for is a really fast way to glue down the scraps from the project we're working on. And then at the end, we'll have this piece of 12 by 12 paper that matches the project. So say you're making a journal or any sort of a book, then when you're done with this, if you've glued down your scraps, you can cut that up into various shapes, sizes, you can make all kinds of things with it. and add it to that project. So you have maybe a few more pockets to fill, and it'll match because it's those scraps. I also have been sorting my room, which is crazy right now because, big projects and all, and I keep stopping what I'm doing and going back to it. Um, but I've got a big bin here that I've just been throwing stuff in, and some of it is stuff that's been floating around my desk for a while. I mean, not like on my desk, but like in a bin on my desk, and I'm kind of sick of looking at it, but I can't bear to throw it away because they're pretty little pieces, or it's antique wallpaper, or it's mulberry paper, So yeah, let it go. No, I can't do it. But if we do this, then, it'll all be, we can still use it. We're not throwing it away if we can't bear to do it. It's those ones. We can still go back and cut it out and use it any way we want. It's just like our own scrapbook paper. So, not a whole composition, just so you know, and I'll show you some examples. I made one up ahead of time and I did a few things with it so you had some ideas. So right here, I got this. Oh, I just got this too. I got this Nouveau Crackle Gold, and you spread it on with a palette knife, and I just did that earlier, and I don't know, can you see the crackles there? See the crackles? Maybe. Of course, that's a PM Artist Studio stencil, but that's one of those pieces of, I just glued down scraps to get one started to share. And then I got this. So say you get a new product in the mail, that's a great time to test out your product on this sort of, one way or the other scrapbook paper that you've made. So that's what I did with that. And then I backed it and I'll make like a postcard out of it. And then I have some other goodies here I'm going to share. And then we'll get to binding. I'm going to do the Japanese stab binding again and not mess it up this time. So hopefully. It is nifty crackle, isn't it? I mean, I have lots of Nouveau mousse, but this is amazing. And I love a good crackle. I do. Yeah, it's good stuff. And it's a pretty color. They have all the colors, I think, that they carry in their other line. Nouveau does dry out, so you have to keep an eye on it. So, I mean, I've had mine for a couple years or a year and a half, but I constantly have to add water to it and stir it back up because it's drying out, and you don't want to get it to the stage where it's dried out completely. It won't come back. So as long as you catch it before then. Okay, here's another piece. Some of those beautiful scraps. I embossed it. See that? Just cut it out and did some embossing, and this will actually match the most feminine journal I have ever made. It's one I started months ago, and I pushed it aside to work on some collaboration projects, and then it sat there. So it was almost done. I don't have much left to do on it. However, then I decided to rebind it and add another signature this week. So we'll see how long it takes. It should be up soon, though, and it is really feminine for me. Here's one that I actually just ran that piece through my embossing machine and then brushed some ink over the top of it. So it looks like script. You can use it any way you would use scrapbook paper. I mean, there's little embossed strips. There's one I die cut into a label shape. Some more embossed pieces. This was one of my favorites. I only embossed part of it. So do you see the numbers? Here, let's see. See if we can get that. And I love the way that came out. That makes me happy in my heart. It's funny, the things that excite us. There's another one like that. And then I ran ink over it. Look how grungy good that is. It would make a great note card. Yeah. Let me read a few comments here before Miss Judy gets here. Let it go. Let it go. I've had it had to be you. It had to be you. I've wandered around. I've had that in my head all day. And I'm doing that as I'm sorting scraps. As I'm, like this is where I was playing with some new embossing powder and it just sat there as a scrap. I'm going to glue that down. But I'm singing to all my papers today. That's what I'm doing. Let's grab a couple more here. That one I embossed. What a cute little card that would make. And then you can stamp on it. You can take white gesso and go over it. There's another embossed piece, like heat embossed. I actually ran a stencil over that one. So I just did these quickly. I mean, they're not in any way finished projects, but look at that. Little die cutting. It's a great way to use that. And it's very interesting. So I'll have to add that to the journal. Here I made just a card. It's not done. I just did it. And then I added a little stamped circle. There's some PM stencils, did some doodling on it. Just, it's always scraps. But this will make your scraps match your project. And I like that idea. Here's one that I cut out, did some doodling on. It's not done. Here's some bookmarks. So anyway, let's get to a stab binding, shall we? Let's do that. Oh, you can add die cuts to them. Anne sent me these lovely dragonflies. I think that would be great. You can decoupage napkins over them, whatever. If you need a lot more white on it, I really recommend the gesso and then maybe a little stamping. But it should be fun. That's what it's about, isn't it, ladies? Therapeutic fun that makes you feel better because you organized something. That's good, right? Oh, thanks, Chris. Oh, look who's here. All right. So, Judy, make sure that you only have one volume on.
Of my laptop, but it's not doing
Uh-oh.
it. Hang on.
Okay.
I've
Yeah,
turned
there's
it
an
down.
echo.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing
Well,
is
my phone one's off. Hang on.
Okay. Yes, yes. Awesome. So, oh, they can't hear you. Hold on. I got to fix your mic. I don't know why your microphone is. Hold on a second, ladies. We are working this out. For some reason, it says you're muted but I can hear you. Can you guys hear her? Let's find out. I'm working on it. It says unmute mic. Judy, that might be on your end. Do you have a microphone setting right there? Should be a microphone at the bottom with a slash through it. You're going to want to. Yeah, I'm looking for that. Give us just a moment, ladies. It's not letting me click on it. Let's find out. No, I'm not going to mute you. That's silly. Um, Anybody have a suggestion here? Hold on. Oh, hold on. You guys can see her, right? Oh, edit mic settings. Okay, I think. Automatically adjust volume, mic volume. It still says it's blocked out there. not working. Then she needs to turn her mic on StreamYard. Oh, okay. So do you have a row at the bottom there? Okay. Hit the hit the settings button right there. And then look in. Hold on just a second. See where it says audio? Okay, click on that. And then it should be an automatic, like your default speaker, and do a test. Uh-huh. Now, are those lighting up when you do a test real quick there? Oh. Mariah, do you have a suggestion here? Unmute mic. Can't unmute your guest because they chose to mute themselves. Try it the other way. Well, which one are you logged into StreamYard with? You only need one. Yeah, can Judy shout? That's what Chris said. Can you just shout? So log out on your phone. What's over your desk? It's your computer, right? It's a camera, right?
Yeah, on my phone.
Okay, log out on your whatever's not over your desk. Log out of StreamYard. Okay, yeah, and then go to YouTube on your laptop to read the comments. Yeah. There you go. Okay, now you can turn your volume up on your
Unmute myself. Let me see if I
There
can touch
she
it.
is, guys.
Look at that. What do you know? Now let me get on YouTube and we'll be good.
I think you guys were hearing her quietly because you were hearing her on my laptop. So
No, I'm just that soft spoken. No.
yeah,
No,
I'm not. Boy,
I'm not.
howdy.
It was a joke. That was a lame attempt at a joke.
We were just talking about that. That's funny.
Yeah.
About how loud I've always been, and
Well, until I quit smoking years and years, well, almost 4 years ago, I was always like, would be called sir on the phone. And it used to make me so mad. I'm like, it's not sir, it's ma'am.
oh my goodness.
Yeah, it just drove me crazy. I think I sound a little better.
That was
Okay,
okay. So
I am live.
Lady,
Just drove me crazy. I think I sound a little better.
turn off your YouTube volume. There you
go. I am live. Okay.
Okay, we gotcha.
And then I can see the comments. Now I can see what you guys were saying.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all talking about you.
Cool. Cool.
We're so excited Judy's here. Yay!
It's like fun. I feel like a star, man.
You are. And I will add your name to the title when we get done too. So
awesome.
So how is everyone doing? How are you doing, Judy? How are you feeling?
I feel really good and very full.
What'd you have for lunch?
I had some beer battered fish and fries.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. Okay, are you ready to make another one of these? We hung out last week and made one of these, and that's the one that I was just showing you. I made examples with.
Here's mine.
And there's her, yeah, and she did hers on a large piece. So there's an echo. There should not be an echo. Great. Is it really bad? I could probably go get a headphone if I need to.
It might cause
So,
an echo too.
or we're thinking the same thing. One or the other. Oh, it's you have an echo. Just make sure you only have volume on one device.
I do. It's only on my phone.
Okay, you can do it the other way around if you want on the YouTube and not have volume on your phone if it continues. But okay, are we ready to get ready? Let's do this, shall we? Do you have your paper ready for this? Are you going to bind a book on your own?
Got me my paper.
Okay. Look at you go. So I broke mine into, and they're not perfect at all. I folded it. I mean, it was the big long strips. I folded it and then folded it again and then folded it again. I just used a ruler to tear it. And then I lined them all up good and put a clip on it. And I had about 20 here, but I pulled a few out when she and I hung out. But I'm going to take you off the screen while I do the binding and the stabbing here. Okay. So they can see my desk because I don't think they can see what I'm doing.
No, you are good.
All right. So let's go down to 1. There we go. And you're still there. We can hear you, right?
Echo,
right,
turn off your YouTube. So I guess I will switch them around. Let's see here.
Okay. Okay. So as long as we can still hear you. So this time I will not mess it up. I know what I did last time too. It happens. You're watching from bed, Lisa. Lisa was going to join us today too, but we were also, she's not feeling good, but we tried this last night and had a hard time with our audio. It just kept going back down. So you're going to want a big, long piece of thread. So I would say like 3 times the length of your stack, and you can make this any size you want. I just thought bigger is better because I'm trying to round up my scraps. And I mean, I did throw some away. I was really proud of myself, but you got those little special pieces that are hard to get rid of, and the ones that match your project. Oh no, my needle just flew across the room. There it is. Okay, so we're going to need to stab it too here, and we'll get our awl out and get it ready. All right, so I have my pokey tool, my awl, and I mean, these aren't perfect, and it can all be trimmed afterwards too. You just want to make sure that one edge is lined up as good as you can. And then if you want, you can also take a strip of paper. I'm going to use this as an example, and put a strip down that you bind over. That's kind of interesting, and then it gives it something to fold back on. I'm not really concerned about it though. Oh my gosh, a mosquito. Really? I got him. Okay, that's me. I'm hardcore. I like to kill bugs with my fingers. I hope that thread is long enough. Okay, so I don't need a whole bunch. Yeah, we want Lisa to get better. Definitely. It's a constant thing, I know. So I don't need a whole bunch of holes here. I just need it to hold still, basically. And then, I'll be cutting out of this book or tearing parts of the pages away. So I just need it to be enough thread to hold it in place. And you could staple these if you really want, or you can practice some fun, crazy new stitch, or, I mean, because this is your own designer scrapbook paper, basically. So I'm going to make a line here. Where's my pencil? So I'm just going to draw a line about the width of the ruler there. Doesn't matter. You can go closer, farther. And I'm not really concerned about measuring it. You know me, I don't measure. How about you guys? Are you measurers? I know Mariah's a measurer and P is not. We talked about the kind of creator creators that we are. Um, and that is part of that being mathematical. Or I'm going to get my little thing here. Okay, so I just kind of chose a middle spot here, and I'm just going to poke a hole and go all the way through so I can find it. And then I'm going to go in the middle again, what looks like the middle, and poke a hole. And go back down to the bottom, go to the middle again. And you guys know how to bind if you've been making any of the journals at all. You can do this any way you'd like. Thought it would be fun to kind of do like a whip stitch. Would be a, like, or practice some new fun thing. Come up with something new. And there's so many different stitches that we use in sewing and embroidery. Why not try them on your journal? So I'm going to the middle of each one of those holes again. Going to the middle. Just eyeballing it. Going to the middle. And I think that's good. I don't think I'm going to do more than that. I do want to put one at the end because it's going to get wrapped around vertically at the end, and the rest of them will be horizontal to hold it in place. So just close to the end. What's this measure you speak of? Yeah. Ain't that the truth? Just making sure it goes all the way through. All right. All back here. I'm going to move this. So who's doing this with me? Who gathered their scraps? Judy, are you with us?
I am with you. I was trying to make sure I got the volume, but I can't turn that echo thing on.
You're fine as long as you are just switch the speaker you're using. That's all.
I took it off of my phone and then I put it on my laptop, but then that didn't sound right, and vice versa. I'm still getting feedback, so I don't know what the deal is.
Headphones might help you. Do you have just any sort of headphone?
I have headphones, but I can't get to them.
Oh, okay. All
They're
right.
buried in my room.
Well, we'll do the best we can. Sometimes it comes and goes too.
Yeah, and I even moved my laptop a bit away to see if it would stop doing it, because I don't really hear it real bad, but I don't know if anybody else still can.
I can't hear it at all.
Okay, so maybe do I sound okay to everybody else, or does anybody else hear me? Or
Anne just pulled triple chocolate brownies out of the oven, and I am so jealous. I've had a sweet tooth for days. Okay, days. It won't stop.
So in about an hour, I could eat those.
What's that?
I could eat those in about an hour.
Yeah. I have a favorite treat that is my weakness, and that is, I know I've talked about it before, but I have perfected it since. And it is tahini, because, well, it started because I love tahini and chocolate together. And Nutella is too sweet. It's way too sweet. So I like my chocolate dark, So mix together tahini and chocolate and almond butter. So you just want enough tahini to make it taste like that tahini. And then the almond butter is good for you. And then I put oatmeal in it. And you know what it tastes like? Those no-bake chocolate chip cookies with a touch of tahini. Or not the chocolate chip, the chocolate oatmeal, the ones that you do on your stove and drop out. Oh my gosh. It's so good. If I threw an egg in there, I could probably have some cookies. Honestly, probably could bake it. All right, so I tied a little knot at the end here, just like that. And then this is basically a blanket stitch we're doing here. Oh, they said it sounds better, so you're good.
Awesome.
Oh, wine and chatting. Huh. Heading to a neighbor's for wine and chatting. That sounds fun. I used to do things like that. Okay, so we're going to be stitching along here, and it's going to be vertically. And then what we're doing to make that other part is going through that stitch like that. So let me do that again. And what it does is it's the blanket stitch that we speak of. So then we're going to go vertically again and then pull that through the loop and pull it tight over here. And then going vertically. Sure, there's many ways to do this. What a great use for this paper too.
I love how that looks on there too.
I love this stab binding.
That's a wonderful stitch right there. I love that.
You don't have to use a wax thread. You can use anything you want. Anything you can get through those holes there.
I have used embroidery thread, and then I have like one of those little discs. It's like that's got the wax to it, and then I'll run it through there, and I do that on occasion.
What is this disc you speak of?
It's just a little round disc that you get from like Hobby Lobby and such. It's over in the sewing section, and yeah, it's just a little round beeswax thing, and I run it through it.
Is it just soft wax? Is that what it is?
Yeah, in fact, I have it. So when you get done, I'll just show it to you. I've got it out. So,
okay.
If anybody wants to see it.
Does it actually make it feel like a wax thread?
It does.
Is it basically intended just for the ends to make them go through the needle easier? Is that what it's actually for? Or is it to wax your thread?
It's, well, I just use it to wax my thread, so I don't know exactly. That's just what my intentions are for it. But it works real well. So, and it's cheap. It's like a couple bucks.
I'm wondering, can I just use any wax now?
Yeah, I don't know. Does anybody else out there know maybe about waxing some like threads to use for the sewing?
Okay, so when I got to the end here, what I'm going to do, I didn't go through there again because I don't want another weird thing right here. I want this section to match the other end and be long. What is this matching? What the heck?
That's right.
But what I'm going to do is run that back through the hole, go around it, and run it back through.
Anne said it's used to prevent thread from tangling while it's your hand sewing, and also Anne said, let's see. Anne's purchased the beeswax before, and then it's also made to run through the, so it runs through the fabric better. But I use it to just wax my thread.
So does it make your thread stronger? I'm curious.
Yes, it does. It has mine. It works for what I was using it for. So
I'm wondering if I can just use some soft beeswax, like the stuff for my cuticles, or you know what I mean? Like,
yes,
I wonder.
Diane said beeswax. So yeah, I'm sure that's what this is. So
okay, so I just gave that a little knot. We all know how to tie knots. And I had enough thread. That was perfect. So this is your own personal book if you want to dangle something from it or whatever, but I'm not trying to make it look pretty. I'm trying to make it useful, Let me put my stuff up here. Put the Virgin Mary away because she holds my stuff here. Do you guys, I had somebody ask once what they did with all of the leftover bits from a digital kit. And if you purchase digital kits, you print stuff off and you end up with extra pieces that you didn't use for whatever reason. Those are good on this too as a final step, or a almost final step before you cut it up. Um, you know, your die cuts, the outer skeleton from your die cuts, any of those things would be good on here. Or I'm sure you have bins of tickets and things like that. Those would be great on here. All right, let me put this away. And now we have a book. Look at that. We have a book. Oh my goodness. And it's huge. You could probably make this really big if you have a big desk. Yours is beeswax. Hunk of beeswax works for wax and thread.
And formed in an ice cube tray. That sounds interesting.
Oh, okay. Well, I have little round tins and stuff too. That would work. Totally. Huh. I need more coffee. I got up early for the electrician and they just had to change a fuse. For now, the whole house needs redone because it's an old farmhouse. It's really that's what I'm not looking forward to, because that means, you know, like rewiring the house sounds terrible, doesn't it? That sounds like something that's no fun at all.
We just got new carpeting, so it's like been a mess at my house.
I gotta. Oh, let me put this back on yours. So, did you get yours sewn?
I didn't sew mine up, but I'm just redoing a new page. So, Diane says, so cotton like wool is made from small fibers twisted together to make one log length. Wax helps to bed those threads together and in essence, making it stronger.
That's awesome. Okay.
That's good to know. Good to know that my thing worked, that my journals didn't fall apart on the ones I used, right? Used it for.
Sometimes twine is really badly twisted. I find that twine wants to break. So just a hunk of beeswax. I've got some like little tins that are almost empty with the bee product that is made here in Washington State. Margalo, you might know what I'm talking about. And they sell it all like the gift shops at the casinos and stuff. But they have a bunch of other companies that are making them, but we find them pretty easily here. And when I worked at the casino years ago, I got some that is starting to smell weird. It's for your cuticles, but it's lasted forever. It's probably the perfect consistency for that. And I'm going to bring it up here now. I'm going to have to. That's it. Because I have other things for my cuticles. Okay, so my tip here is to, when you're sorting, throw it all in a big bin and just think, why can't, I get rid of this? I know I'm proud of myself for getting rid of stuff, but I also don't like to fill a landfill. I'd rather fill a page. That's me. But maybe have a little section where you can put the bigger pieces and a section where you can put the littler ones, or the really special ones. I have everything here from, this is old drawer liner. I love this paper and it feels so cool. But that was cut off because I made a book board to go with the journal I just made. I have this old wallpaper, and I know I could use these squares elsewhere, but I think they would be really great on one of these. Maybe cut into some smaller pieces as a last step. You're going to want to start with your bigger pieces first, though. And these are special, so these really special ones I'm still going to kind of hoard, and I'll put them on as smaller pieces. Let's see. And then maybe you have projects that, like we did marbling last year. Maybe you have piles of that stuff. Those are great for this. Gel prints that were super iffy, like that. Or things you've stamped off because you got new ink. Or, I mean, there's endless things you can use for this. I've got some paper that I had sprayed. I think that is a great place to start. But you're not looking for a whole composition here. You're just looking for moments and having pretty moments to go to cut out. And you can do it serendipitously and cut the back too. That's kind of fun. Like to not see where you're going with it and just have it kind of come out the way it comes out. So I'm going to be using today. I have some Mod Podge out that's almost gone. I might add a little more water. I do have this decoupage finish from Plaid. If you want really smooth paper, my very favorite glue for that is the Crafters Workshop Matte Gel Medium. I've talked about this glue a lot in past lives on Happy Paper People because it's just I ordered one and refilled the bottle and it wasn't the same brand and I thought it would be the same and totally not. So I ended up ordering another additional. And then I have a giant tub of another kind and that refilled it. But this stuff keeps things flat, no buckling, no wrinkles. It's just really good stuff. And it's good for this kind of project, but you know, it's thick. So I also have, I'm just surrounded by glue here. I'm not worried about little pieces, little edges that might not get glued down all the way during this process because as I cut them up, I will, you know, oh, look, a little corner that I need to fix if as I go to use them. So I might use a glue stick just to get it started. Not sure. Depends on the thickness of your paper. If it's thin, you can use a glue stick. If it's a little thicker, you might want a heavier glue. So I've also got a paintbrush that I use for glue. I've got, you know, a variety of tools here, and I'm just going to go for it. Gluing is fun. So much fun.
I'm just using my trusty glue stick for the moment, and then I'll probably paint over it with some one of the things that you had said.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then, I mean, if you want to use a glue stick and not have a glue top coat so it's not shiny or whatever, you can wait and do that when you cut it apart. You know, when you go to use your designer paper and finish it off then so it doesn't have to have a, you know, decoupage seal on it technically. So I'm going to pull out larger pieces first.
Diane said that the plaid decoupage stuff comes in a vintage, which has a brown tinge to it. And she says it's really cool. I'd like to see that. Sounds really cool.
I bet it's walnut crystals that make it that color. I've discovered since purchasing walnut crystals how many things are made with walnut crystals to make them look vintage. Like I think I could make this stuff, the instant age varnish with, which I like. I mean, I've always used this kind of stuff on furniture and it made it up to my craft room recently, but I think I could use glaze with walnut crystals in it and make the same thing for my desk here, at least. Maybe not for furniture, but so I also have pieces from magazines that I thought, wow, that's beautiful, and I can't throw it away. And that was just like an old one.
What do you guys think about this? Look at this, Sharon. My old Ward's non-fading washable wallpaper catalog that I got.
Oh, is it a replica or is it?
No, it's a real old one. I mean, it's like brown and tore and eaten up,
I
and
love it. Can you? I need a title for that because I'm going to look for one.
yeah, I got it at our antique store when I went shopping there not too long ago.
Really?
Yeah, and I thought of you when I got it.
What's the year? What's the year on it? You did what when you got it?
I thought about you when I got it. Let's see. See if it's got a year on it. Hang on a second.
Okay. Yeah, I am so interested in that.
I was like afraid to touch it, but the wallpaper and it looks really good. It's just the book, the other pages that are like completely brown. Yeah, it doesn't say there. I wonder if it says like in the.
Wow.
Well, here's the order form. I wonder if that has a year on it.
Huh. That is so cool. Even the order form's cool.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'll have to keep looking for a date. I don't see one. Yeah, PM says Diane definitely knows her products.
Diane's amazing. Thank you. Okay, so I'm trying to pick out bigger pieces first here. And then I'll go with these fussy ones. But right now I'm kind of picking a color scheme. And this is This is a piece that I had decoupaged through a stencil, just playing. So, and it has a texture. So I'm going to be pulling out some fun textures like that. But you know, I have stuff that's painted here. Let's not use that one right now. I have wrapping paper. I have some stuff where I made some tear outs to do. Oh, I was making stationery, I believe. Those are a little bigger. So I'm just gonna get to going here. That's it. And
All right, guys. Oh, I'm sorry.
go ahead.
I didn't mean to butt in there.
No, you're fine.
1935.
Wow, that is so cool.
I mean, it was only on the spine. Duh.
I would love a flip through, a live video flip through close to your desk where we could all. I'm just curious. I don't know why I have this. I have this passion about wallpaper. Seriously, I don't know what my deal is with wallpaper. It's just, it's really shows how style and trends have changed, and I love seeing how the interior of houses has changed and then rotated back around. I just
Well,
think
just
it's
the textures and
wonderful.
stuff of them too is amazing.
Yeah. Well, and you know me, gotta have some.
Right?
Trying to figure out the because I don't want an overall composition, but I do need a vibe for my paper here. Painty, and I kind of want it to match the project I'm currently working on. It's hard to just grab the big pieces when I see these smaller ones that I'm like, oh, that goes, but I want to go big first here. Looks like ticking. This is the journal I'm working on is the most feminine one I've ever made, ever. I don't know how that happened. It just did. Everything is kind of purple and green in it. I started it last year, and I don't remember what for, really, but let's see. All right, and if you guys want to gesso your paper first, you can. This is your project, your baby. You make it how you want it, but you know, we're definitely wrangling some scraps here. You could really kick out a lot if you fill a book like this. Think about the room you'll have in your scrap bin. All right. I think I really like this one, and it will go with the project, but I think what I'll do is maybe cut some of those out. That would be fun. So I'll wait on that one. So I'm going to lay out my first few. This is old typing paper here. It's hard not
that's
to
really cool.
I know. What?
That's really cool. I like that old typing paper.
Oh, I can send you some. I have a really cool old book from the 70s, and it's got or the 60s, and it's got funky images and stuff in it. So I'm just kind of spreading it around here. This looks like ticking. Get a little white in there. I'll wait on that one. And then I actually, because I rarely use the scrapbook paper anymore, but I have it in a box that I haven't been in ages, honestly. And I thought I should probably go through that box too as I'm organizing my paper and pull some stuff out, or go through the whole thing, you know. This one is cool. This I was masking some stationery I was making. I'll use both of those. Okay, I'm going to get my glue. I think it's really therapeutic to do this kind of thing too. Isn't it? Does everybody else find it therapeutic to sit and glue?
I think it's very relaxing, and I just like the mix of different things that you can use because it just comes out looking so interesting when you're done. I mean, no matter what you do, it's going to turn out looking cool one way or the other, regardless.
Absolutely. And not having a composition in mind, like not trying to make one piece of art, really helps, because then you can just quickly slap it down. And when you get to the end of the project and you've got that bin of stuff you've got to sort and put away, what a great way to do that. Just to stop and just glue everything down really quick in your book, and then if you need another tag or whatever to go in that, you've got it covered. Come on, glue. Paper's a little bit thicker, so it's taking a tiny bit more glue here.
I was surprised at how thick my paper ended up being after I got done doing just the plain glue and the paper. I mean, this isn't very thick that I'm using right here, and the one I did ended up like really thick. So
well, that's the good thing about using the packing paper. It doesn't feel like it's going to be very substantial until you put all this stuff on it, and then it is. So you're, basically it's going to be in between cardstock and regular scrapbook paper, because the two together make that thickness, and it's really useful for stuff, isn't it?
yeah. Well, Diane said too, if you pull some prints off your gel plate with that scrapbook paper, and then just leaving a bit uncovered.
Oh, yeah, I actually have a bunch like that.
Well, I end up with a lot of that from my scrapbooking and my son's stuff. So
I don't really use the scrapbook paper so much anymore. So I would, if I'm going to use it, I'm definitely covering up a bunch of it, and having little pieces of it peeking out, I think creates a really interesting composition. If you need to put a piece between your pages so you don't, like if this one happens to be smaller, don't forget to do that. You can use school glue, water, of course. You guys know all these things. It's just, this is a fun hangout with friends, eliminating our piles.
Yeah, just chilling out, and so if what else is everybody doing if they're not doing a collage tonight?
Yes, good idea.
What other kind of things are you out there doing? Might want to do it myself when I get done doing this.
Yeah, I think we're going to hang out afterwards, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
And I'm real good at squirreling from one thing to another. So.
Oh, me too. I think we both have that skill, don't we?
I think so, and I think probably everybody in the group chat does too, probably as well.
Are you guys squirrely?
Love with my wallpaper book.
Yes, it's so cool. I can't wait to see the rest of it.
I'll have to flip through it later. I'll do a quick flip through, maybe on my YouTube, the quickest video I've ever done. PM says if we want to come and help cut orders, I think that would be fun. Heck, I'd fly down and help you in a minute if I could.
We'll be right there.
I know.
We'll have some wine. I don't drink. We'll get drunk.
Vacation time at P&M.
Yeah. Party at your house.
Annie's pulling a few obstinate prints, and some of those can be not work how you want to your advantage, but just keep messing with it, and then I'm sure that you'll get what you want. Oh, and PM said we were very sweet.
Oh, well, we would come help you.
I really would. I think it would be fun.
It would.
I think it would be very super cool.
You might pay attention to whatever way your text is, turned. I don't mind if it goes one, right to left or up and down. But if it's up and down and I end up cutting out a portion of this, I want the up and down to all be in the. I don't want any of them completely upside down. Even though you're not going to read the text, I know it's there and it bothers me.
That would probably bother me as well.
Yeah. All right, let's see. I've got a little more ticking here.
Yeah, they used to have all the parties there at P&M, and Anne's going to bring brownies, and Diane, she's got shiny syndrome. She needs a button. Oh, shoot, that's funny. Oh, and that's a cool button for this other project, Squirrel. That's what we ought to all do is make squirrels, out of something.
That would be a fun challenge, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Like some paper squirrel sculptures.
Yeah, make your own look-alike squirrel. No.
Yeah. Oh, your self-portrait squirrel.
Yeah, there you
There
go.
we
Quite
So
interesting.
what I'm doing is I don't like the hard edges. So any hard edge that I've laid down, I plan on covering with, when I get, as I'm graduating down to smaller pieces. But I did, like I tore that one because I didn't want to put a hard edge over the top of it, That's totally that's a user thing, however you like. Here's some wallpaper or wrapping paper that I've been using.
Ooh.
I love wrapping paper, wallpaper, any sort of scream to the past, like that, to show how trends have changed. I just love it.
I never thought about saving wrapping paper. I need to do that.
I have so much of it. I have actually purchased it in bulk online, vintage wrapping paper. One time I had 13 rolls delivered from the same person that had gone through their grandma's stash. I mean, some of them were pretty low, but still, that was pretty cool. Oh, maybe that's the last.
Let's see, who's got the scan and cut? Anne says she could bring her scan and cut and maybe learn how to use it.
and learn how to use it.
And Margalo says, yes, squirrely here. And then PM said that they could totally learn the scan and cut together. And then Diane said, my scan and cut is on a shelf.
I don't have one of those, and I can barely run my Cricut, so I wouldn't want to scan and cut.
Well, they're pretty cool looking. I've seen one in action at the sewing machine store that I went to, but I have a Cricut, and so I kind of just work with it. But I wouldn't mind having one, to be perfectly honest with you.
My Cricut collects dust. Dusty.
I do have an ancient Cricut, one of those little small ones that's portable, sitting on a shelf that I have no idea what I'm going to do with.
Mine is brand new, and I've barely used it.
Yeah, I have a new one too.
Have it. Yeah.
If I didn't have it, then I'd need it. So.
Well, I was going to make stencils. But running the computer software does not make my brain happy at all. And I mean, I even pay for the Cricut, the monthly thing, and I don't know why, because I don't remember the last time I used it. But I have stencil film that I went out and bought, like the whole shebang. I don't know why I thought it would be easier for me, but it's not.
Anne got the most productive use out of hers, her grandson's 7th birthday, which unfortunately was canceled due to the COVID thing, which stinks. I'm sorry about that. That's not good. Yeah. And then P&M has a second one.
I actually made water bottles last year at Christmas and personalized them, but I mean, I'm using their designs. I never thought I would use their designs. I wanted to use my own design, and it's tech, and I don't have time to sit and learn it, I guess, or don't want to waste the brain power. Does that make more sense?
Yeah. P&M said they had a cameo and they didn't get along with it. What was with the cameo that you didn't like? I've never ever used one. I'll lose it here.
I have some Latin here. And let's see. Oh, it's Greek. Well, it's Latin, technically. No.
You couldn't get it to cut anything? That's crazy. Huh.
That's just mean.
Well, the Cricuts are just better, top of the line, I think, anyway. That's just my opinion, of course. But
yeah, I feel like I paid way too much for something that's sitting collecting dust. Honestly. I have new rolls of vinyl I haven't even opened yet. Haven't even touched them.
Oh, I do too. If I was to put a basket under here and show you guys, I would be ashamed because I have so much of it. When I get into a certain craft, I have to have like everything and like a
Me
lot of,
too.
yeah. And it's just sad. It's like, oh my gosh, how greedy can you get? You know, you don't need every little thing and every color. And
Yeah. And then I squirrel
yep.
and go
That's all right.
elsewhere.
That's all right, Lisa. You don't need to try to stay awake. You need to rest, girlfriend.
Yeah. If you're hurting, the rest is the best thing that your body can have. Although I fight sleep like a, yeah.
My poor girl's sick. She's you just look like you were just hurt so bad today, Lisa. I hated that. I wish I could have came and gave you a big old hug.
Oh.
Let's see here. Oh, there we go. Not that you're boring. Well, I know I'm not boring. Well, most of the time I'm not anyway. I like to think that I'm not. I could be very boring to somebody else, right? Let's see here.
Yeah, Lisa, we'll have you on next time. We couldn't figure out how to get it kept telling me I needed a premium plan. I did a bunch of research today about the audio because we couldn't because it was dropping the audio when we had the three of us on there. And I just couldn't get it to work. So when your paper buckles, remember that it'll flatten back out if you put it under a book or, you run it through your die cutting machine to kind of iron it, or you can use an iron, put a towel over it and use an iron. So I don't worry about buckles because I can manage those.
Yeah, probably a big book.
You guys know all this stuff. What's that?
I said a big book probably wouldn't hurt either.
Yeah, probably not. And because it's all bound together, you can do it at the same time. Like I have some big books that I use specifically for that, and it's a perfect way to get them all at once. But you guys really know all this stuff. I mean, it's just, in case you don't, suggestions? In case you don't. I feel like you do, though. I mean, I feel like you got this. We're just, I was calling it a scrap corral, but I didn't really like the word corral. But that really is what it is. Just a way to corral them all together and be able to use them still if you want. Like these are pieces that I sprayed, and there's stuff that sits like where you roll off your gel, roll off your brayer, or at the bottom of my spray box. I love those pages. Those are some of my favorites because they get like thick with color after color after color. I'm just working with hard edges here. I don't have any of that right there.
Running out of glue stick.
Wrapping paper is great for this because it's thin and you can always mat it back out if you don't like the shine, if it's shiny.
Anne said that the scan and cut that we were talking about, it's cool for scanning things and then, that scans things and then cutting it. She has a friend that is a product demonstrator she knows and a sample maker. She made it look so easy at a sewing guild meeting. Yeah, they always make it look so easy.
Yeah. They always make it look easy.
Yeah.
And I've seen it done on TV or on, like a show I used to watch on Saturday mornings here locally with Julie Fayfan Balzer. And I mean, it's on PBS on Saturdays. I don't know if it still is anymore. It's been a while, but she always used stuff like that and made it look easy, or she had a guest on that was doing it at least. But I just don't think I could I wouldn't have the patience for the tech. That's the thing. Look at how pretty that is. See, I couldn't throw it away. And it's like there was gesso on it, it was music paper, and then there was paint on it. It's just, I can't do it. It's pretty. I think so. I'll be glad to use it.
And you can also use washi tape on here too if you want.
Oh, you could definitely. And you know, maybe you have some stickers that you're sick of and you'd like to use up, or you know, like you're sick of storing. I've got these envelopes here that I put stuff in, and I've got a bunch that have stuff I don't use anymore, like tickets and labels, and well, I could still use labels, but you know, like little things from Digis, vintage images or stuff from magazines, and I just feel like it's time to use them. I've had them long enough. It's time to, you know, use them or lose them, and this is a great place to start.
Well, I have tons of washi tape, and I barely ever use it. I just had a fascination with it at one time, and of course had to have every kind they had out there, and you know, so now I have a big old box of it, and I don't use it near enough.
So gel prints, Patricia, Mariah, you know, that pile that's bugging you. Here you go. I was thinking it's perfect for gel prints.
Anne wants you to show that envelope again and tell us where you found them.
Oh, these I got on Amazon, and they come in a couple different shapes, but you get them pretty affordably, and I have many colors. They come in just clear, or they come in the variety of colors, and they're perfect for this, to sort out your stuff, or by project or style. I just love them. I'll find a link for you. How's that?
I think I've pretty much killed this glue stick. You think, guys?
Oh, it's always a shame when a glue stick goes, isn't it?
I know, it's pretty sad.
Yeah.
It's pretty sad. In the trash it goes. Believe it or not, I don't save everything.
All right, let's see. Now I want to put some, not making a composition. I'm just making my own, you know, stuff to cut up here. But I am going to put some little things on here, here and there. And then, of course, you know, when I cut it, I could add more stuff. But before I put, because I want to go after it with a little bit of paint also when I'm, yeah, that would be fun. You could stamp on them, paint them, use your gel crayons. I've got these bits. This is like the fluff from the inside of your die cuts. These were made on my Cricut so long ago. I thought, you know, I need to use those desperately. So I took them out for this because I love these shapes. Look at that shape. But what I'm going to do first is pull some out and stamp on them and then glue them down.
P&M are grandfathered in on the Cricut because they get to use it for free, I guess, the program to it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How is that possible?
No, let's see.
They've had it long enough that it was a thing. I paid $10 a month and I never open it.
Yeah, mine's always 10 too. It says, well, until they try to get people to buy the subscription again, that didn't go well. Yeah.
Huh. Okay, so I'm going to stamp these ones and then glue them down. I don't want to.
Yeah, we'll take your scraps, P&M, Mariah, darling.
Yeah. Wait, I got enough scraps.
Is it both? Is Patricia and Mariah both on, or is it just Mariah, or you guys both on, or what?
Patricia's probably at her gel plate, unless she's sick of it with March Madness going on. Are you guys tired? I bet you are.
I don't think you can tear tea away from that thing.
I don't think I could be at my gel plate as many hours as she is. I would have squirreled by now. Speaking of squirrels. Okay. So I want to use my current favorite stamp here. Where's it at? There we go. I'm going to use this one. And of course, stays on. I don't know what brand this is. I don't know anything about it. I bought it from somebody used, and I love it. It looks like a Seth After thing almost. It's a globe, I believe.
Oh, that's cool.
So I want to.
I'm still gluing things down.
Well, I could have put more ink on there probably.
At least I cut my paper in half this time than I did the last one. That last one was like monstrous.
I'm still gluing stuff down. I just wanted to stamp these before I moved on and filled in the smaller spots.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter when you do it, but
yeah,
I tend to be a little slower. I tend to be slower.
That's all right. I could do this afterwards, but I don't want it to bleed out over the design. So I just thought it would be fun to stamp them ahead of time and see how they look and go from there. There we go. I mean, those are cool. Couple more on here. Oh, have you guys seen Skinwalker Ranch? Or The Mystery of Skinwalker Ranch?
What's that on?
So excited. We watch a lot of History Channel. When we watch TV together, it's usually the History Channel. Or documentaries, any sort of, But The Mystery of Skinwalker Ranch is coming back out in May, and it's just fascinating. We saw an advertisement for it last night. We were pretty excited. Or the night before last. I don't remember what it was. I don't know what made me just think of that, but I did. It sounds terrible, but I mean, it's a little spooky even. And I don't do scary. I want a different stamp now. I want this one that's like this. No, I can't do that one on here. I just need something. I don't know if it's going to show up on there. Maybe with these ones, what I'll do is go in afterwards with my watercolor pencils or with a spray on some sort of applicator. Doesn't matter what. All right. Oh, you know what, Chris? I dig out my glue too. I can't just throw that away. That's silly. Love Summer Camp Island on HBO. We don't have HBO, but
I've never seen that one either.
I haven't seen it either. You watch Izzy shows? I remember those days.
Yeah, but kids have the best shows to watch. They really do. I miss some of the stuff that my son used to watch.
I don't miss that at all. I've watched Peter Pan 100 times. I could recite it. I do not miss it. I mean, I love the show, but yeah.
Mine was The Lion King over and over and over. That and The Magic Ring with Tom and Jerry. He was a Tom and Jerry fan.
So we didn't watch those ones, but I mean, it was The Little Mermaid, Peter Pan. Yeah.
Yeah, I
How
had
old
my
is your
kid
son,
watching.
Judy?
He's going to be 21 this year. I had him watching Tom and Jerry beating, chasing each other and all that good stuff. Nice,
My
wholesome
son,
cartoons.
my son turned 30 this year, and it blew my mind. There's just no way. There's no way. Uh-uh. I can't believe they're that big.
Bob the Builder. Yes, yes, we can.
Barney? Yeah. So I love Sesame Street still.
Oh, I
I
never liked
put that on
Barney.
for my dog.
Barney needs to go like away forever.
Oh, I liked that when my kids were little. They even had a Barney bedroom. I mean, I don't need to ever watch Barney again, but you know what I mean.
I
So that one
understand.
has a little flower. So I think I want to stencil on it first, just to break up, and the stencil is good to either add the dark or, you break up colors. If there's a lot of dark, you want to use white or vice versa. And then I'll go in and add to it. So I'm going to do a layer of that between the rest of the little bits. And some of it will have to be trimmed off, of course. I kind of overlap that to get it up to the edge. And I'm not worried about these little bits of brown showing through. I mean, I don't know how I'm going to use this, so it doesn't matter. Let's see.
See, we got some rock painting going on too.
Ooh, rock painting is fun.
Is here showing me her rock painting.
Oh.
And
hey, Deb, how are you? I didn't get to say hello to you. I think I got everybody else.
I think maybe she just did. You just get here, Deb, or have you been here for a bit?
I think so.
Let's see.
Welcome. Okay, so I think maybe what I'll do is use this foam roller. I love this design on here. And it kind of mimics these other shapes that I'm going to add. Also mimics one of my PM stencils, and maybe my very last step, not on camera, will be adding that crackle paste over my PM stencil that's kind of shaped like that.
Oh, cool.
Kind of repeating the pattern or the shapes. That's just kind of fun. But I'm going to get some white paint out. Let's see. Or do I want...
So what are you doing this evening, Deb? Working on anything?
Flame, white, blue. Hold on. I'm finding paint here. Trying to decide.
Too many to decide from?
Yeah. Well, I'm deciding maybe yellow, or I have some yellow down here, or I know. Let me use one of these ones. I think this is a good color for this. So I have my little palette here. And I'm using this kind of paint so I can make like a line for this thing to roll through. We'll see. A little more.
Deb is thinking about how to bind one of the new sketchbooks that she has, and all the grand decisions involved with those decisions.
New sketchbooks.
And then Mariah has a few more videos to watch for the Going for the Gold. I got to get to all of them. I had so much going on today that I never got, but I will get to them. I did go into the group though and I did get a lot of the non-YouTubers taken care of and checked out all their goodies. I just need to get on and watch videos.
I did not get to all of it yet, and I'm looking forward to it. But I mean, we had a lot going on today, didn't we all? And then I had an electrician here.
You had electricianers, I had carpet people. Jeez. Yeah, it's been busy Saturday. It is Saturday, yes.
So instead of letting the paint go to waste, I'm just using up the rest of what's on my palette here on this second page. And then if I glue over it, I glue over it. If I don't, I don't. I mean, it's not super wet. There's not a lot of it. There we go. That's a good choice in colors there. All right, now I'm going to glue down some of these little bits. Maybe I don't like that design with it. Tissue paper over the whole thing is a really great way to make everything cohesive as well, for cutting up. And then it also adds another layer. I don't think I like those on there now. It's the hard lines. I got a lot of softer lines going on here. What I am doing though, I can use these and these. I've got the flower here. And I've got these guys. Boy, I like that.
Napkins. You could probably use some napkins too.
Oh yeah, napkins are great. Tissue, napkins, any of the thin stuff, just to kind of blend it all together.
Yeah, I'd get some, but they're like, I'd have to get out my ladder and all that good stuff. So that ain't happening on this one, but did just think of it again. So remember, make sure I have some of that out next time.
All right, and then I have loads of little bits, and this I got from Anne. So I'm going to put that guy down there because he matches somewhere where he stands out a little more. And even the smallest bit. I also have these pieces of tissue that John David sent me that have some writing on them. Those are fun.
He has some really unique things.
He does. He has some really fun stuff.
Some of that stuff I've seen that you had gotten was like, wow, that's just really neat.
Yeah, he's got excellent taste. I don't like the hard line.
I don't.
What?
Oh, I was looking at something. I'm sorry. I had a thought to myself there for a second. See, I squirreled. See how that goes? I squirreled on everybody. You didn't see that? Like, God.
Oh, Chris said, I don't miss it either. My kids were born over 3 decades. I was so over kid programs. Me too. Our favorite kiddie show is Bluey. I don't know what that means. That must be an Australian thing. Bluey? I don't know. I don't know kid shows that are on currently because my grandkids are not, I mean, my grandson's about to turn 6 next week. I can't even believe it. But he lives in Arizona, so I don't get to see him all the time. Or you bet your bottom dollar I'd be watching kid shows with him. I miss him. I miss him so much. So glue stick and a napkin goes so well together, or tissue paper. I would say your glue should be as strong as your paper. And I only did that so I could put that dragonfly down right there and let him stand out a little bit more. And these are always the hard parts to glue, I think.
I just hate when I get to the end, I only have like a few spots to go, and it's like all of a sudden I don't know. Okay, I think I've used like all my scraps. What do I want to put there? So I guess I might have to start getting some of my stamps and stuff out.
Just try to remember it's not one composition because that changes everything. Just slap it down, just make it happen.
That's what I'm going to do right now. Slap these other pieces I got sitting right here. I don't care what they look like. I'm going to be daring.
And then, you're probably going to add more layers to it as you go to use it too. Or maybe you'll love it so much that you won't have to add anything. Who knows? I mean, that's really, it depends on what you're working on, what project you're working on, and how it goes.
That's true.
So I kind of like things in threes. So I think I'm going to break up this darkest spot right here and do 3.
Come back and sew on this too if you wanted.
You could. That would be amazing. Maybe like that. All right. So I'm going to break out this for that and hope it sticks down. I had to trim my favorite glue brush that used to be my favorite paintbrush the other day because it's getting so shaggy on the edges that it was just sticking out because I've used it. This is 20 years old or more, this brush. Hi, Sheila. Welcome.
Hi, so what is Sheila up to this evening?
We are making scrapbook paper to be cut up and used at a later date. So not a composition, but something that we're going to cut up for projects with our scraps because we're scrap busting. Busting something.
Scrap busters. Yeah, busting butt scrap. You can get rid of all these and then make new scraps.
Yeah. Well, if you just throw them down on paper willy-nilly, I mean, you could even break out the adhesive spray for this project. Just throw them down like confetti.
Yeah, you could.
See where they land.
Now that would be interesting. That I'd like to see.
It would be interesting. Throw some gold flakes in there, some
I know.
Some glitter on it.
There we go. I got some glitter flakes right here. I'll just start sprinkling them over there. So Sheila's doing absolutely nothing, recovering from a rough week of teaching. What do you teach?
Yeah, what do you teach? I'm going to find some other little bits. No, it's done when you feel like it's done. Remembering that it's going to get cut up and you might want to add elements to it, from something you're working on, to add one more thing or add a focal point, or because you'll probably do more to it later. But I just, took care of some scraps there.
Well, and too, if you don't, if maybe you're just in the mood to craft, but you don't want to get a bunch of stuff out, and then you can just kind of fiddle around with it a little bit, just to get that fix.
Yeah.
Just get that fix and get it out of your system. And
yeah. All the times you sit at your desk and you're like, I don't know what to do with myself, but I want to do something. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So then I can flip this and I can still continue. Look at that. Because I'm just going to set this on something over here. I'm going to set it on my new gold crackle paste. Just like that.
Sheila does middle school emotional behavior disorder resource room. Well, that sounds very interesting.
My sister used to do that. I don't know what grades. I think it was grade school grades.
I would imagine that would be very tiring, but rewarding.
She has the biters.
But yeah, very rewarding though. Tiring but rewarding, definitely.
Yeah, my sister did that for a long time and then went into private care doing that. Um, and it would be hard. That's very. All right, so I got to get away from the pink, man. That was a lot of girly stuff there. What else do I have? I've got vintage. I've got splat pages. Got some music paper.
Looks to me like I need one more thing glued down, and then I can start doing some other stuff to it.
We always just need one more thing, don't we?
It's just one more thing that's going to go next. And now I want to make sure it's something I want. See, that's what's going to, you know what? Put this on here.
So here I'm going to break out some gel prints.
I have quite a few gel prints on here that was used. Some from P&M that I got and used, and had some scraps left over those because those are very precious, and I definitely don't get rid of, Mariah. I keep all my PM scraps.
I don't think I've ever used one of the ones they've sent me because I can't bear to cut into them.
Well, just saying, I like save them, and they're like, you know, I have a little shrine with all the, you know, no.
Yeah, me too. That's just it.
They have good prints. I'm telling you, I get them. I squeal. I'm like, oh, look at this! Look at this! Look! See, I have one of those clear things too. Mine's been through the mill, but I keep my scraps in this.
So you could spray on these when you're done. That would be fun. Like throw a stencil on top of it and just spray it.
There you go.
It's a great opportunity to practice and play with new mediums or mix together things that maybe you haven't thought of or have been wanting to try even. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. It's gold.
Now Sheila wants to grab some scraps and grab some. Piece of paper or a piece of packing paper and start gluing, girl.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
And then Deb says that there's a new collab challenge called the PM Shrine.
Hashtag PM Shrine. That's right.
I have actually taken my when I go to the doctors every so often to have some treatments done for some issues that I have. I always take this with me and my glue stick and stuff like that. And I've done sitting there waiting on, you know, different things with the doctors and.
Oh yeah.
And now when I go, everybody's like, "What are you working on now? What are you doing this time? You made jewelry last time. What are you doing this time?" It's like,
that's awesome.
It's like, well, today I'm collaging.
I have my little strip bag, which sounds way more fun. Well, it sounds fun either way. I have my little bag of strips where I've done this strip collage and I had sent you that tag challenge. Like tag your it, not tags, but the challenge to make your own strips. You could use these for strips. They would be great cut up into those strips to be reused as something, you know, like a belly band, a bookmark, yeah. But that's what I have in a baggie, like to take on the go. Like if I have doctor appointment and I have to sit and wait, in the car, obviously not, I don't tote that into the waiting room, but you know.
Oh, my bag's big. I've got a rolling suitcase that I bring with me. So
yeah,
because I'm there like all day long, and I'm not going to be bored. Because I don't like to be bored. I've always been that way. I've always had to bring a book with me wherever I go, or a craft, or something.
Yeah. I don't like being bored either.
Because you never know when the time will arise that you'll have time to do something that you really like to do.
Right.
Crafting is an addiction. It really is.
Absolutely.
Anne says a strip challenge could go wrong in so many ways.
Yeah.
Becky probably.
Well, I'm sure you guys watched the video where we made the strips out of, you know, the paper strips that you take off of things. I've just got to start gluing or I'm going to keep ripping. That's it. I'm doing it. But it's a fun way to use those things, and to use all your little bits. That's another way to use scraps up. But that's maybe I need to start a scrap challenge category in my list and start challenging everyone to use their scraps up that has channels.
Well, you could do sculpting of different things with them, with those like those heads, those foam heads that P&M were doing. And
Yes.
so let's see, Mo would have some great numbers for that. I'm sure hashtags for the hashtags. Oh yes, she would have some great hashtags. Hashtag strip gone wrong. Hashtag stripping challenge gone awry. Hashtag stripping YouTube video banned.
Oh yeah,
banned strip.
That's hilarious.
I don't know. She's like the master at that. I love the stuff she comes up with.
Banned. I love that.
Hey, what happened to Sharon's channel? Hashtag banned.
I got kicked off YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
No, this is not made for kids. And we're talking about paper strips.
Oh, shoot.
Funny.
Good
thing we're all adults here. Running out of glue. Gonna have to get another one out. I can mix some up with Elmer's and water right here. I really want to. I've been trying to use up all this old Mod Podge, and I'm proud to be at the end of this bottle.
I wonder how long a bottle of that lasts. Really will last if you let it sit, how long that would actually stay good.
You know what's really funny? Everybody's like, oh, this ink lasts forever. This spray bottle lasts forever. I've just gone through my very first, I went through a bottle of walnut spray in a few months and had to re-up. And I just went through my Seth Apter spray. So when people say things last forever, I'm like, not in my room, because I tend to make in bulk, and I just keep making. If I have a favorite product, I will keep going, keep using it. Suddenly I need to know how many things I can make with it and how many things I can mix it with,
Mariah said that you've been hitting the walnut hard.
I have been. I hit that walnut hard. I actually had to, when it was, I think it was Toby that said that in another live long ago, had said that there were walnut crystals, and I was like, there are? I got so excited about those walnut crystals because I could make my own. And now that I've had them for a while and I see how they behave, I realize that so many, like vintage photo ink that everyone loves so much, that's made with walnut crystals. It's the same shade. But it's just wonderful. You just mix it with water, and I just remake my bottle here, and I can use it on all kinds of things. It's pretty good stuff. And I've put it in paint. I was saying we could put it in glaze to make it. I didn't want to use that one, did I? I don't want a hard edge. I could put it in glaze to make that finishing antiquing stuff. I just feel like it's really versatile. If you don't have walnut crystals, go get them. You know how you buy the sprays and they have the pigment in them? So like Lindy's magical sprays or whatever they're, those sprays. They are made with a sepia ink, which is walnut crystals, and then whatever the pigment is in the bottom that makes it sparkly. Did you know that? if they're the sepia ones. I mean, the first set I bought were all of the ones that, as they describe in the description box, they tell you it's made with sepia ink. Well, that's what it is. I can't. I like that. Here I am not trying to make a composition, and I like this. This is it's very angular. This thing that happened here is kind of fun. But no, I'm gonna keep going.
You know what else looks really cool too is if you take embossing powders and you just put like maybe even a clear over some of these places too, and let it get, kind of thick, and it looks really cool too.
I haven't played with the clear a lot, but an embossing powder is, I mean, I've had it for a little while, but it was fairly new to me last year. And the first time I used it, I got a box of art supplies, and there was a great big bottle of chunky gold embossing powder. And I didn't understand embossing powder. I didn't know and didn't, I don't come from a world of card making. And the first time I tried it, I called my husband into the room to look at this and go, oh my God, over and over again. Look what it did. It's like liquid gold. He was excited too. He was. And it's fun that he gets jazzed like I do. I mean, he has his drones and I have this, but we're both creative people. And I love it when he's paying attention to what I'm saying and gets excited too. And he got excited about embossing powder.
Oh, shoot.
I won't tell him. I told the whole world.
Don't tell him now. I am busting out, yes, the Sydney Zia.
Oh, yes.
I will use my paper glaze, this gold on here, or I've got this fairy dust that I know Izzy would love. Ooh. That's pretty. I'm trying to think here what I want to do. Out of impasto, believe it or not.
Okay, here, Walnut Crystals. It's made by, I thought it was made by these guys. Okay, it's not made by these ones, but I almost bought one made by Tsuneko. Tsukineko. Tsuneko, something like that. This was the first one I bought, and then I actually went and compared a bunch of prices for Walnut Crystals and ended up with a different brand, but you can get that brand. And this is what they look like. It's not a powder. They're literally crystals. It almost looks like instant coffee.
I love that.
I really adore it. And I feel like it should smell like walnuts, but it does not. I'm mad. I want it to smell like walnuts.
You have to mix some I don't know, some perfume or something in there. Some
drops. Some walnut perfume.
Yeah, there you go.
I would rock that.
Oh, shoot. Impasto queen, do your thing. Oh, you're funny. I don't have no impasto though left, no. It's well, I do, but I mean, it's like the bottom of the barrel. It's pretty sad looking. I'm waiting on some more to come in the mail.
I am the grunge queen, and you could be the impasto queen. How's that? I'm going with my grungy here again. I'm back to it.
I can't even get it open. It's like dry to the edge. You can probably see though how there's like nothing in there. There's like, I've only got it in case I need just the least little bit of an amount in the, to use.
And you guys remember I just got that bottle of Light and Fluffy? Well, it's almost gone already. That's the other thing. I go through pastes pretty darn quick. Like quicker than I should. And when people say, oh yeah, it lasts forever, I'm like, really? Here is pretty copper and gold on rice paper. This, I think, was some of the rice paper you sent me. I think it's rice paper. With the newest stencils, the mandalas. And I accidentally tore it, so I thought it was perfect for this.
Let's go on. Yeah, that light and fluffy. I guess I use it. I don't use things sparingly when I use stuff. So
I
I
don't
run
either.
out of any of that stuff really quick.
Yeah, I don't either. I wish it came in larger containers because I've bought the 32 ounce, my very first thing of modeling paste in the last couple years was a 32 ounce bottle. Like since I bought it in a while. And I went through that pretty quick, but I also mixed up some smaller pots of colors with it. Colors I use all the time, like a rusty orange, like a yellow, and like a patina green, blue, tealy color green.
Let's see here. Did you say what type of the name brand of those crystals were? Did you say that?
You can buy them from Tsinko, Tsukineko. You can buy the spray or you can buy the crystals. They're on Amazon. But then these ones are, and I think I got these ones on Amazon too. It's Imagine brand. And it's from, oh my gosh, they are from Redmond, Washington. They are up the road from me. It's imaginecrafts.com. I had no idea they were. I'm wondering, did I get these on Etsy? I can't remember. I know they have them on Amazon. They have them on Etsy. You can find them in various places. Just type in Walnut Crystals and you're good. Oh, Anne's got to go. All right, Anne, thank you so much for coming. We'll see you tomorrow morning, and definitely catch the hop for everybody that hasn't got to go see it yet. Also, and I'll go watch the rest of it and check out everybody's postcards later today.
Oh, there's some beautiful ones.
Yeah. I mean, I got like 6 videos in. Virtual hugs. Love. Go to the factory. Do they have a factory, I wonder? Or is it in someone's kitchen? Could be in someone's kitchen. I'm not sure. So I'm going to...
Oh, great.
I think my husband's mowing the lawn. He's lost his mind. We've had rain shine for days. Everything's wet. That's definitely what he's doing.
Let's see here.
He's out on the riding mower. So I'm kind of making this one a feature because I'm putting more of it around because it's got the 2 colors and I've got layered mandala stencils. So it's got a lot of variety already. Might have to take an iron to it. It's pretty wrinkly. I'm okay with that. Or, run it through the embossing machine.
Oh shoot! I thought I just used a thick glaze, and I didn't. It's a liquid acrylic glaze, so it wasn't thick. So my little stenciling there didn't look so great. That's all right. I'll fix it some way or another.
I never would have thought to. Oh, Anne has a brownie with my name. Yay! Wonderful. I never would have thought to run a glaze through a stencil. I've never tried that.
Well, you can see how it looks. I mean, it's just kind of, it's not the greatest there, but it'll work.
Can we talk about this for a second? Check this out. This is from the bottom of my splat box. Look how beautiful that is.
That's gorgeous.
It's jaw-dropping. Those are often my favorite. Even the other side is beautiful. It's like a rainbow of sunset heaven. And it's round. I don't know why. That's special. These are the kind of things that can't throw away, right?
That's really pretty.
I didn't do that. I mean, I would say thank you, but I didn't do that. My spray box did it.
Here's my box.
I mean, I didn't make that happen. It inspires me to make one like that, though. I love that.
Yeah, Mariah said the catch paper is sometimes the gems, and she is right.
It is. That's a PM stencil, I believe. Or that one was. I think this other one is a zebra, I think, that I had never used and thought I should.
Well, this one I changed and I'm using my glitter paste because I can do some colors and stuff like it on it. And all right.
So all I'm doing, I'm not trying to, do the composition. I'm just spreading it around, just covering up my hard lines and making sure I got, dark and light. If I could see it in black and white, it would make it easier. So I didn't intentionally do a thing because I'm not trying to be intentional. This piece I couldn't throw away forever. It's been floating around my desk ages. And it's from some music paper, and it was on the cover sheet. And it had this border all the way around, and it's so old. You can see the aged, brittle paper there. And I think I've used all until this very last one in stuff. But it's got that super old, almost, it's like pre-Art Deco-esque border. It's so pretty. I get excited about some weird stuff, and that's one of them.
You and me both.
Yep.
Now, Mariah wants to know if I wash the stencil after using the glitter paste, and if I had to be perfectly honest with you, I do sometimes, and I have been known to not at a few times and just left it on there and
peel it off.
And peel it off later or peel at it. But yeah, no, I'm kind of bad about that sometimes. So it just depends. I do have a thing with some water next to me right here, so I can put it in there when I get done. So yeah, that'll be fine on this one. But I'm real bad about getting buildup on my stencils. So, but it gives it more depth later. So Am I bad?
Until you
Am
put
I
that
in
glitter
trouble?
on your gel plate and ruin it.
Huh?
Until you put that glitter on your gel plate and ruin it accidentally. Don't forget it's there. You don't want those on there.
It's no, but this is my brand new stencil, so I need to make sure I take care of it.
Yeah. I soak mine randomly. I will take them down and soak them all in a little Murphy's oil once in a while. Like I'll go through them and go, oh, this one's really bad. I got to take that one. And while I'm at it, let's grab this one and this one.
I try to be really good, but if it's just if it's a cheesy stencil that I've gotten from God knows where, then I might be like, who cares if that one gets get ruined. But like my good stencils, I try to make sure I do take care of this. But I have been guilty on occasion. So
I don't think I would clean mine unless it was like glitter or something, though. I'm not. Yeah. I'm not a stencil cleaner until they get so bad that I take them all down at once.
Well, sometimes if you're not quick though, that glitter stuff is hard to get off too. I mean, it's like you almost have to immediately get it in there. So
I am weird about pastes though. I do like to get those off right away if I can, because I always worry about that, like any sort of really thick, heavy, pasty glue. If it's going to glue something together like an assemblage or any sort of heavier mixed media, it's definitely going to get stuck to my stencil in my brain. So I do try. Like this crackle paste, I wiped that off right away with a baby wipe immediately. Boy, it's pretty. I'm gonna have to take a picture of that so you guys can see the crackle on it, because it's pretty crackled. That's Nuvo.
I think this is really pretty neat once I get done with it as well.
So one of the things I will do at the end of the stream is take a picture of the cards for today that we had, the Oracle cards, and then my walnut crystals and spray so you guys can see them. If that works. Oh, we only have a few minutes left. Boy, did that go by fast? That did go by fast.
It's going real quick.
Yeah, well, that was fun though. I mean, I feel like it was super relaxing. It was a fun time with friends. I managed to get 2 pages started that I don't know how I'm going to use them, but look at all these. We're looking for wonderful moments, and I feel like this has so many moments that I'm loving. This one is meh. This one, because it's all gel prints and tissue paper and rice paper and antique Japanese Bible pages. And I mean, it's all weird, unusual textures and painted and old. And I just really love it. You know what? I could love it more if the walnut spray, when you spray it, it's just like watercolor. It lightens up after it dries also. But I'm thinking I might lay a stencil on here and give it a little bit of a spray here and there. Or, so we only have a few minutes left. I will do a little bit of that because I already have these shapes on here, and maybe do a little bit of spraying. You can also spray it with water, and it kind of changes the texture. It's a little more spotty when you don't spray it with water because it, I make it strong for a reason. See if it even shows up on the glue yet. Might have to be dry.
Deb says it'll be a wonderful moment all over again when you need that. Just write something real fast. And she says she loves having these and needs to do a couple again.
Oh. Yeah, when I and really when I have if I feel like I need more tags for the journal I'm currently working on that I'm almost done with, I can take those pages that I made with those scraps from that journal and I already have them almost made up, and then maybe I go in with some watercolor pencils or some Stabilo all around the edges and add a focal point and it's done. Or some gold or some texture paste, doesn't matter. It's just ready to go. And it's got that extra finishing touch that only you can create. It's your own scrapbook paper, really. I love it. I love it. I really love this one with all of its rust. Oh, you have 3 walnut sprays that came in a set? Oh, I did see those other colors. And I'm sure they use the walnut crystals and then a little bit of dye to make those because they're all going to have that same, they're all going to be in the same color family if they're sold as a set like that. I haven't seen any other colors though. I was thinking, where is like all of these ones, the shakers, they all have that the walnut crystals inside of them as well as the color that you've ordered. The ones in like that though, let's see. And then I had another, all my sprays are put away. Oh, these ones, like this is Moonshadow Mist, and it is a sepia toned ink spray with pigment, so some sparkle in kind of a red color. Well, it is a red, but all of them are made with walnut ink. I can tell because of the color. So it's interesting. You can make all your own sprays if you use the walnut crystals and then some pigment powders. Wouldn't that be fun? There's a thing like these kind. The ones that I told you guys about last time. All of these can be mixed with the walnut spray and in a shaker, you'd shake it up and then you'd get some really fun tones with some sparkle. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, I got my stencils clean. See, I did clean it. I had it in water over here. I wanted to make sure I showed that. Yes, I did clean it. Oh, cute.
Oh, that's funny.
I was a good girl. I did what I was supposed to for a change.
When you say that's the one I used today, are you Mariah, are you talking about the stencil?
The Sydney Zia.
Yeah. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. I do this live twice a month, and I think twice a month is good. And then I have lots of little videos in between, a variety of things. But if you're new, please subscribe and share with your friends. If you comment on the video after it's over, there is another drawing coming up soon, and it's a subscriber giveaway drawing. And I will enter your name into the drawing if you let me know that that's what you'd like to do. And if you bring a friend, make sure that you let me know in the comments, and if they subscribe, and you'll get 2 entries for any of the new people, or the old people, because it's all love, man. It's all love.
It's been so fun. Thanks for having me on too as a guest. I actually don't think it was really fun.
Yeah, it was really fun, and it is nice to have help because all her friends are here. Oh, we love you. It is nice to have somebody joining you, not just for the companionship, but because we got to show that we do things that we're doing the same thing, but it came out different. And then also it's hard to read the chat and not break away from what you're doing at the same time. So it was really good to have you, Judy.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for being here. It means a lot. Already friends forever. That is right.
Absolutely.
BFFs forever. BFAF forever. Something like that. That's like hashtag strip tag. We're so glad to have you, Deb. That was wonderful. We really appreciate you. So anyway, you guys all have a magical evening, and I'm gonna go watch The Hop and hang out a little while longer with Judy and see what we can make with our collages for next time. We'll see you soon. Bye, guys.
See ya. Bye.
Let me find my mouse here. I lost it. Bye, guys.